I've had a lot of questions and a lot of comments saying, I can't do it, why doesn't it work, I can't do it, why doesn't it work? I can't answer your question, I don't know. I can only speculate on what the problem might be. There are some other troubleshooting issues that may be possible, and if you want to shoot to the end of this video, I've included them there. I'm going to turn on some usual commands. Just a side note, you can type cheatstick in your inventory, you could type cheatstick in the escape menu, you can type it in your book, you can type it in your chat if you're in multiplayer. Let me turn on some normal ones, my most frequently used ones. God mode, set time of day to 10, lock the time of day on, type season and then follow it with spring, winter, summer, autumn. Right now I want to make it winter so we could really see the change, and then we wait a few minutes. It is now snowing. It's been maybe a minute or so. I want it to be summer, season, space, summer. And here we are. It usually rains when you do this, so we can fix that. Force rain off. The audio takes a second to catch up. I see a big cannibal up there. I don't know if you see him, but we're gonna kill him. Kill radius. I'm gonna kill everything in a 1,000 meter radius. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna kill everything in a 10,000 meter radius. Oh, that was 100,000. Whatever. Everything on the island is dead, which means that we can now add a Virginia, so I can show you the next commands. Add Virginia, check. There she is. I've already frozen animation speed so that she would stand perfectly still, and she's a little wet. Demonetization. I'm gonna back up. So she's frozen still. That's AI anim speed. We went through this one already. I set it to 0, but if I set it to 1, she'll move again. I set it back to 0, and she'll be... there she is. This one is kind of cool. AI show debug on, and since she is the only AI in my radius, it's going to show me things about Virginia. AI animation speed 0.75, so she's running, but she's running slower. On the left, you'll see her thought processes. On the right, you'll see her affection, anger, health, heart rate, energy, fullness, hydration, blood alcohol. Interesting. I could speculate some updates coming. Fear, morale, religious, temperature, and is she clean or not? The next command is basically the same thing. But it's AI show debug camera on. I am now third person view with Virginia, and I can watch what she does and study her behavior and such. The next command is AI show event memory on, and there is a dead Calvin here, and for each event that happens, get sticks, get rocks, fight cannibals, fire gun, see player, and tons more. There is a buff and a cooldown. I have not wrapped my head around it entirely, but I did figure out how Virginia and sentiment works. I made a video on that. You can click links and follow that. AI show paths on, and for this I'll use another one, is called Virginia Visit, which triggers a visit from Virginia. Her path is directly to me, and this works for all cannibals and mutants and all the AI. So she will be approaching me soon here. While we wait, we can move to the next one. AI show player influences on. When she does get here, you'll see that she has a negative 17.6 sentiment. This is the command that you need to see how much sentiment that you have with Virginia, which brings me to the next command, Virginia sentiment, followed by how much sentiment you would like to have with Virginia. You need 15 to get her as an ally, but I'm going to give myself 100 sentiment, and since I was in the negative, I now have 82.4, which is more than enough to recruit her. AI village closest on will show you where the closest village is, and it will also show you its name. To show a little more emphasis on AI show paths, I reloaded the game because I knew there was cannibals here, and you'll see his path is directly to me. His path is directly to me. Ouch. An extra note about the developer console, some commands will stay intact if you reload your game. Some you have to close the game completely. There's a few. that will stay until you turn them off, such as show UI off. Even if I close my game and come back into my game, show UI I will manually have to turn that one back on. Next on the list is kind of useless, but it works and I'm sharing it. Camera FOV followed by a number. If I do 200, it widens my FOV to an insane, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Camera FOV 100. Next command is remove living. No on, no off, but it removes everything living, pretty much. So bye-bye, Calvin. There is no Control Z here. Just don't save the game after you do that. If you value your people, you could always spawn another one. So there's that. Next command is called slap chop on. This is dedicated to you, LFW. He asked me in a live stream, what does that do? This is what it does. Basically, it's 2 hits to chop down a tree. If you're gonna do that, you might as well log hack on and just have infinite logs. Which brings me to my next command, timescale. Be careful with this one because it's demanding on your PC. You're speeding up everything in the world. So I'm gonna do timescale 4, which allows me to place logs faster. And it also makes me run faster. It makes all AI faster. Yeah, everything's faster. So this is demanding on your PC. I have heard reports that this does not work for some people. I don't know why. I'm not a dev. I don't know why. We are definitely gonna make a Mario Kart track soon. And if you'd like to be involved in that, you do let me know. Timescale default is 1. This one is neat. Show debug zones on. This shows you the layout of all the zones. So if I press F2, you'll see I'm in current zone BC and then BB. And it changes colors. Spawn item. You can either use the name, like night. You could use night V, which will spawn a unicycle. And you can also follow it by a number. So I can do 40 night Vs. If you're trying to give your friend in-game items, this is how you can do it. So we'll spawn item night V. You'll spawn one for your friend. You can also use the item code, and for the night V is 630. There is a list of item codes. I know Farkit is working on the wiki. He's definitely putting in some good work over there. You can currently, however, find a pretty comprehensive list right here in the Google Doc that is linked in the first video and will also be linked in this video. Eventually this will go away and I will just link everything to the wiki because it'll be like a common central place that everybody can go and everybody's familiar with and trusts and stuff. Definitely shout out to whoever added this. This was not me. I don't know who added this, but thank you. C4 brick is 420 if you were wondering. Yellow has been tested. Some things have been removed, and I actually have this list in red that I wanted to cover in this video, and some of them are not working the way they did when I tested them the first time. So that tells me that in the last update some things changed, but we'll try to keep up with that and try to get the most accurate information out to you. The next command is save. So if I just type save, it doesn't do anything. So command failed is not an integer. An integer is a number, so it needs to have a number. So what you can do is save this game under whatever number you want. 69 420. Running command save 69 420. What I'll do is I'll go into app data, local low, and night, Sons of the Forest. And when I go into my save games on single player, you'll see 0000069 420, and this is the game I just saved. It didn't rename the folder, it duplicated the folder. The next command is called toggle structure. this one's tough. Oh shit, I didn't even press on. This next one is pretty tough. It's toggle structure resistance debug on. And what it does is it shows you how strong your walls are. So for instance, I'll just keep it nice and still here. from the top left, wall 54, resistance factor 3.7, health 2,231.25 out of 2,231.25. So it is full strength. However, the one on the very bottom, wall 70, resistance factor is 0.65, so there is no load bearing on this section, and the health is 156 out of 390, telling me that I need to get my repair tool out. This beam number 475, has a resistance factor of 0.5, full health, and I am able to remove it. However, this pillar has a resistance factor of 0.825, and I cannot remove it, and it does have a higher health, 60 out of 60 for the beam, and pillars have 99 health versus 60. So this in the future I feel like will be useful to determine the strongest structure possible and the actual best defenses possible in the game. This one is way worse than the last one. See if I can do it. Toggle superstructure rooms visual debug space on. Now, this took me forever to figure out. So you'll see some is red and some is green. If it's red, you will not warm up. So if you see in my bottom right, you see my health, my vitality is low because I'm cold, because it's winter. In this enclosed structure, I do not warm up. However, in a short structure, I immediately warm up. So if I go back and forth, I am immediately cold and I am immediately warm. This also has taught me that anything that's more than 7 logs tall on a wall does not warm you. So vaulted ceilings are out of the question if you want it to actually warm you, unless you have a fire built. If you jump to this spot, it's because you probably could not get the developer console to work. If your keyboard, and I cannot stress this enough, if your keyboard is set to, for instance, Germany is the best example. If it's English Germany, the keys are different and the letters are different. You have to go and install an English keyboard. Currently, as it stands, the United States English keyboard works and the UK English keyboard also works. If you do that and it still doesn't work, some keyboards require you to hold down the function key and then press F1 for it to actually press the F1 key. In other keyboards, you have to hold down Shift and then press F1. And some keyboards with their layout, you have to hold function, Shift, and F1. That might be your problem. And if it still doesn't work past that, I don't know what to say. I don't have the answers to that because I'm not faced with the problem. If you give me a bunch of details, I may be able to help you out, and I'm happy to help you out. But if you just say it's not working, there's nothing I can do because I have no information. I kind of have to leave it up to the comment section and the community itself to help get you through it. There may be a part 3 to this, but I doubt it. I've been through most of these commands. Cheers, have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. This needs to be a thing.